Hi everybody. Well, today I'm bringing you along to make honey butter dinner rolls. These are so good. I made them once and they were so good that they got eaten up. And this recipe is just amazing. So what we're going to do is we're going to start out with 1 cup of whole milk, and we want that slightly warm to about 110 to 115 degrees. We're going to add 2 1/4 teaspoons or 1 package of yeast, and I don't buy it by the package. I use it too much. So 2 1/4 teaspoons. And we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of granulated sugar. And basically, that's going to feed the yeast and really get it active. So, I'm going to whisk that slightly just to get everything moistened. Now, I'm going to let that sit for 10 minutes. So, what that's going to do is give the yeast time to bloom, time to start doing its stuff, and make sure it's proofed, make sure it's active. And then I will come back and we will put this dough together. Alright, so I have let this yeast proof for about 10 minutes. So now we're going to get this dough made. And there's just not that many ingredients. So we've got the whole milk, little bit of sugar, and the yeast. Now I'm going to add honey, and this is, I believe it's 1/4 cup. Let me double check. It's 1/4 cup of honey, and then there will be 1 large egg plus an egg yolk, and 1/4 cup of melted butter. And then we're going to add 3 cups of bread flour. Now the bread flour, we're going to start with the 3 cups, and we will add 1/2 cup after it's combined. But then you have to look and see if the dough is too sticky. And if it's too sticky, you can add a little more. Like anything, the humidity in the air, the ingredient itself can all make a difference. So I'll show you what to look for. Okay, so we've got the honey. We've got 1 whole egg and 1 egg yolk, and 1/4 cup of melted butter. Now we're just going to combine this just slightly. And then I'm going to add bread flour and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Get the honey off this. Okay. Now this is 3 cups of bread flour, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and we're just going to let this combine. Sorry for the noise. Stir down the sides. I could use the paddle for this. I really don't see much point in that. because it's all going to come together pretty quick. can see that. Now I'm going to add another 1/2 cup of bread flour. And what we want here is a soft dough. It's going to be a little bit sticky, but not a lot. We don't want to dry the dough out by adding too much flour. So we're just going to let this go for a minute. And we're looking for it to pull away from the sides a little bit. So it's getting there, but I think I need just a little more flour. So let me grab that. And this is maybe a tablespoon and a half, not very much. Slightly more. Let's see if you can see that. That looks about right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this over to my marble board and we're going to knead this. So let me move you all over. All right, so I'm over here. I've got my marble board. I love this thing. And I want it lightly floured. And I'm going to flour my hands. Now I'm going to turn this dough out. A lot different from my sourdough. This one, you don't have to knead it very much, but you do a little bit. But we're going to knead this for just a couple minutes. And you don't want to incorporate too much flour because that would make your rolls tough. And we really want soft, sweet dinner rolls here. Okay, I think that's done. It's that simple. It's not heavy kneading like you would some. The mixer mixed it up. It really didn't need it. So now I'm going to get a lightly greased bowl and put this in there and cover it and put it in a warm place for 2 hours. So I'll bring you back in 2 hours. All right, so my dough has been resting and rising for 2 hours covered, and it's more than doubled, which that's what we're looking for. So I'm going to take this plastic wrap off. Get some flour on my hands, and I have just a little bit of flour here. So now I'm going to punch the dough and release the air bubbles. That's always so satisfying, you know, it just is. So now this is going to go on the board and punch it down to get any more air bubbles out. going to get it in roughly rectangle. Yes, I could weigh it. I'm not going to. That's how you tell things are made at home with love. They're not perfect because we aren't either. All right. So now I'm going to cut this into 16 pieces. So I'm going to cut it in half. Move one off just to the side. And I'm going to cut that in half. And then once more. So now I have 8 pieces. And I'm going to have 16 after I do the next half. And I've oiled a 9x13 baking dish. And let's see. It says shape of them in balls, so we'll do that. I could leave them square, it wouldn't hurt them. But it says balls, so that's what we're going to do. And I did this last time and they came out beautiful. They were some smaller, some bigger, and it didn't affect them at all. So just get these. And this is such a nice soft dough. It really is nice. And these would be the perfect rolls to serve for Thanksgiving. So if you're looking for something just really special, this would do it. Four people ate almost a whole pan of this along with salad and full dinner because it's that good. Let's see how I'm going to do this. Okay, the second half. My dogs are being difficult. Sorry about that. That just has a big old bubble that doesn't want to pop. I want to make it prettier on top, so just kind of keep working with it. Okay, there. Trying to figure out how many I want in a row. This is going to be a large one. Somebody's going to be really special for this. We'll do it this way. Okay, now I'm going to cover this up again, and I'm going to let it rise for about an hour, but mostly I'm just looking for them to double. Let's see, that'll work. So it's going to go back over there in a nice warm spot and sit an hour, and then we'll be ready to bake. Okay, it's been about an hour, and these are about double in size. Now I'm going to take the plastic off and bake them at 350 degrees for 18 to 20 minutes. And they'll be beautiful golden brown when they're done, so I'll bring you back then. Okay, so these beautiful, beautiful rolls are done. So now, right out of the oven, I'm going to add more honey butter, and this is a 1/4 cup of butter and about 2 tablespoons of honey. I'm just going to put some on top here and start brushing it. And this is what makes them just incredible. But they're beautiful soft dinner rolls. The flavor is just incredible. And then whatever honey butter you have left, use it when you eat the rolls. It is just so good. But while they're hot, this just melts on there, soaks in, softens them up even more. And that is it. These beautiful rolls. They take a few hours because it's a lot of waiting time with rising and baking. But it's not that much time actually working on them and cooking them. And look at this. These are amazing. So I hope you give them a try, and I really hope, if maybe for Thanksgiving, these would be a huge hit. So thanks for watching, and we will talk again soon.